Hey everybody, welcome back to the Colorful YouTube channel. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and I'm actually the creator at Sparkles and Sunshine blog. And I love sharing pet product reviews, enrichment ideas for dogs and cats, and canine fitness. So if any of that sounds really cool to you, definitely head over to my channel after this video, check out my playlist, different videos, and of course I'd love it if you subscribe too, and make sure to subscribe to Colorful's channel too, because they're doing some really cool stuff for pet parents here as well. So, I launched a series with them, and this has been really fun. We're doing a whole series about enrichment for pets, and it's been really fun. We've done an opening video about what is enrichment. We've done a whole video about cat enrichment. We've done scent games for dogs. Like, we've been covering a lot of different topics, and if you haven't checked that out, definitely check out the whole playlist. There's a lot of really cool things there that you can learn and you can do with your pets and have a really great time. But today's video is all about DIY dog enrichment. Now, I am known for my DIY games. I'm gonna put maybe a couple photos on the screen here of some of the stuff that I've done. I love finding things that I have in my own home and looking at them and going, okay, could I turn this into a game for my pets? Because at the end of the day, a lot of us are on a budget, right? And don't get me wrong, I love store-bought puzzles. I have a ton of them, like a ton of them. And I enjoy them, and I know my pets do too. But sometimes, weeks are harder than others. And we've all had those moments where we've experienced times where finances are tough, but we still want to have and provide great lives for our pets. And the best thing about our dogs is all they don't know how much you spent on them. All they know is that you love them and that you give them a ton of attention and have fun with them. They have no idea that the little DIY puzzle you made didn't cost you anything versus the $40 store-bought one. They have no idea. And so this is a really fun way if you're looking for ideas of games you can do with your dog to prevent dog boredom, to prevent destructive behavior in dogs. All the things we talked about in that first video, we're gonna do using some of the games today. So some of these you may have heard before. Some of them are different versions of some games, but we're gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm gonna share some safety tips along the way and all of that. So I think we should start with a classic. What do you think? Yeah, I think we should. So I'm going to, let me take all the extra little bells and whistles out of it really quick because I have it right here. Okay, so what is, sneak peek, what is this? This is an egg carton. Everybody probably has egg cartons. Now I will say, there was a period of time where eggs were really expensive. Maybe not all of us had egg cartons. I'm gonna lie, I didn't have them at times. I was like, yogurt. But, I was about to say yogurt again. Egg cartons are actually a fun DIY item that you can make fun games out of. And if you have like the bigger plastic ones, like sometimes I'll get eggs, I'll get farm fresh eggs from a local farm nearby. Sometimes I'll get the bulk pack at Sam's. So it really just kind of depends. I've been trying to do farm fresh eggs, but it just depends on where I'm at that week financially. It just does. So it doesn't matter what type of egg carton you have. This is going to be a take on the classic muffin tin game. Now, I know not everyone might have a muffin tin because maybe not everyone bakes or something like that. Like, not everyone has all of that. And so I thought it'd be really cool to show you a DIY version. So all you need is an egg carton, any kind. Grab some small, like, dog toys or anything like that. If you have a smaller dog, your toys are probably already small. But I don't have small dogs. I have big dogs. I always do. And so the smallest I'm going to go is a tennis ball. And then I also have some of these plush toys. These right here, these two squirrels and this little reindeer. These are actually some of the Bro toys from Zippy Paws. If you've ever heard of them, they make these cute little Bro toys where I'll put one on the screen here just so you can kind of see like what it is. But it's essentially like it's a larger toy, and these smaller ones are inside of it, and it's also an enrichment toy, and your dog has to like solve it and pull them out and stuff like that. And they do squeak. I'm not going to squeak because my dogs are right down there. And I want to save the enthusiasm for this, because if they hear this, it's game over. So, and these also came from like a snuffle mat. These are like little snuffling treats, and they have different pockets. So basically what you're going to do, once you have your egg carton and your toys, grab either their food or treats. And I have my little treat jar right here. And you're going to sprinkle a couple all throughout your egg carton, and then you're going to cover it with your toys. So this is, again, if you've seen that egg carton game, this is kind of a classic recycled take on that. And I personally am really big into recycling, and so I love that I can kind of reuse something I already have and make a fun game for my dog, and then when they're done, I still will go and recycle it, and boom, all done. So I'm going to go ahead and stuff these in here, and then I'll show you the final product. I left one of them open. Oh wait, no I didn't. I thought I left a corner one open. This is essentially, let me hold it together, what it looks like And this is a fun beginner level puzzle for your dog. If you have a puppy, if you have a dog that's never tried this before, this is a really fun game to try out and see what they think and how they do. And then of course, to make it harder, you can have this closed. If you didn't have the toys in it, you could hide this and turn it into a scent game. There's a lot of things you can do. And a big pro safety tip with this, along with all of the ideas I'm going to be sharing today, and I've shared this in probably almost every video that I've done, you never leave your pet unsupervised during any activity like this. I share these activities all the time, and I can't tell you how many comments I will get of people saying, oh, my dog would just eat that. Well, why'd you let him? Like, why'd you let him? Like, I understand to a point that some dogs may look at this and just shred it. And that's totally fine, because you know how I look at it? As long as they're not eating it, if they're just pulling it apart, like the cardboard or whatever, are they destroying your socks or shoes? No, they're going after the egg carton and they're still solving the puzzle. Every dog's gonna do it differently. So that's my pro tip. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this to Annie, because she's better at solving this one than Diesel, so you can check it out. All right, so I changed my mind. I am going to give Weasel this one because many times when he does this, he's actually so delicate with like the toys, and I was like, that would actually be cute to show. So go ahead, Weasel. Or you could just do that. I tried, guys. I tried. All right, the next one is also a classic one that you may not have seen before, but it's one of our favorites. So all you need for this is a towel. Now, I'm going to recommend an old towel, and I'll tell you why. Because one, some dogs will use this differently than others, or more gently than others. Whenever I've given this activity to Diesel, he puts holes in towels. So I was like, okay, not the new towels ever again. So you can either grab like a smaller kitchen towel, you can grab a bath towel. It really just kind of depends on how much you want to make. I have this old kitchen towel. It's like an old Happy Halloween towel that I think I probably got in a set at like TJ Maxx or something. I never use this towel because I honestly don't like how like thin it is. I feel like it never dries anything. So we're going to use this. So all you have to do is you're going to lay your towel flat on the table or flat surface. You're going to grab some treats and you're going to sprinkle them in here across the mat. And this can be obviously their food too. All these games can be a way to ditch your dog's bowl, by the way. I don't know if I said that. I may have. But this is a great way to kind of take their food and put it in something that's way more exciting than a bowl. So once you have your treats laid out flat, there's a few different things you can do. You can go ahead and roll it up and stop there. Boom, your dog has to unroll it. That's level 1. Level 2, you can go ahead and take it and tie it in a knot. This towel's a little short for that, or I would have had to tie it actually a little bit tighter. But that's a level 2. And then another thing you can do, this is going to be one of our upcoming ideas that I'll show you momentarily, is you can also take some toilet paper rolls and slide this through. I call this the snake game. And you'll pull it through. Usually I do about, depending on like the towel, if it's like a kitchen towel, sometimes I'll do maybe like 3 to 5. It just kind of depends. I think 4 is usually the lucky number. But you'll push this all the way through. You'll have a couple. And this just adds an extra barrier or challenge for your dog to get through. Sometimes I'll also like stick some treats like inside of it or like stuff like in the towel crease, like right there. I'll do stuff like that. Again, just more things for the dog to have to look through. And that's another way that you can level it up. But probably my biggest pro tip is use an old towel. Don't use a new one. All right, I'm going to give this to my dog so you can check it out too. All right, Annie, wait. Okay. Ooh, how does this one work, Annie? See, this is why, that's why you use an old one. You see that rip? You got to unravel it, girl. That is cheating so hard. Oh my God. A lot of dogs actually do unravel it. And she has done this before. She has unraveled it. She's cheating so hard today. But look at those little airplane ears. How cute is she? All right, so since I kind of just showed you one of the items you can use for DIY, I feel like I have to do it next. So we're going to grab the toilet paper rolls. I love using toilet paper rolls for activities. And you know, the first time I ever shared like a video about toilet paper rolls, I actually, for a second, I was like, I probably look crazy. Because I've been saving toilet paper rolls for like a while. And I had like a box filled with them. And I was like, I hope these people don't think I go to the bathroom that much. But, you know, to each their own. It is what it is. So what I love to do is I love to save as many toilet paper rolls as possible. If you have paper towel rolls too, you can do the same thing. You can either keep them long or you can cut them up into smaller pieces. And basically what I love to do, there's a lot of different things. Obviously, I kind of just gave you one idea in the last video. But do you guys remember in a video earlier on in this playlist where I shared what's called a busy box? A busy box, if you haven't seen that video, which again, more reason to go check it out because that one's a way more in my opinion, a cooler busy box. But this is something that you can either add on to that busy box idea, or you can just do this. So a busy box is where you take a regular sized box that your dog can reach into, so don't want something too tall or maybe even too short, you know what I mean? I usually love to use the boxes that my dog's food come in from Chewy. That's a really good one. I have the box today of from Ariat. My husband just ordered some new work boots, so we're gonna use that. And it still has the packing paper in, which is an even bigger bonus. We're gonna also use that. So a busy box is basically like a giant foraging box for your dog. You're throwing lots of things inside of it where your dog is searching around through it to find their food or treats. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's my dog's all-time favorite. I'll probably let Diesel solve this one because he goes bonkers over it. So I have the box right here, and I've already filled some toilet paper rolls in, as you can see. And again, I left the packing paper in here. If you ever order something like the Chewy box, usually comes with packing paper. Leave it in there. Throw all the toilet paper in there. And all you have to do is take some of your dog's food or treats, break some of these apart. There we go. And you just toss them in, shake it all around, and you're gonna give it to your dog, and they're gonna go bonkers. This is a fantastic one, especially for dinner time, because my dogs, every time I show them a busy box, they lose their minds. They get so excited. So this is a fantastic way to feed your dog outside of their bowl. And pro tip, for all of these ideas too, if you have a dog that's eating too fast and you need them to slow down, adding enrichment activities like this is fantastic for them because they are having to really slow down, use their mind, and think. And on top of that, it's wearing them out. This is a mentally exhausting activity. I think sometimes people will think like, oh, well, the only way I can tire out my dog is for them to like run around and do like physical activities. Like, no. 15 minutes of like puzzle play equals like 30 minutes of exercise. So doing stuff like this, adding it into their routine throughout the week, is incredible for them. So I'm gonna give Diesel the busy box, and then we're gonna make our last fun enrichment idea, which is one of Annie's all-time favorites. All right, so Diesel's back for round 2, and he's going hard at the busy box. Look at him go. I'll get a little closer so you can see all that he's sifting through. There you go, buddy. Good job. Good job, Weasel. So as you can see, the last item that we're gonna use is a yogurt container. Now, you can get yogurt containers anywhere. I got this one from Sam's Club. My all-time favorite one, though, is from Aldi. They have a plastic lid. I've used that in many different videos and content before, so check out my playlist so you can kind of see it. But at the end of the day, a container is a container. You can even do this. I get, tell me you shop in bulk way too much. I'll go to Sam's Club and also get like the feta cheese container. It's this size too. It's such a good deal, man. I'm telling you. And that one is about the same size, and you can do this with that too. So for this, all you're gonna need is a yogurt container. Make sure it's completely cleaned out. Anything you use, any type of container like this or anything like that, always make sure it's cleaned out. You don't want any of that leftover residue in there. Especially like anything like milk based, you know what I mean? It's a little gross. You're gonna need this. Grab some scissors, some packing tape, and then your dog's food or treats. So for this one, it's actually quite simple. All you're gonna do is on the lid, you're going to cut a hole that is big enough for your dog's food or treats to come out of. Now, the biggest thing here to keep in mind is you wanna make sure that the hole you do is not too small or too big. If the hole is too small, your dog's food or treats aren't going to come out, and your dog's going to get very frustrated, and they're going to want to Diesel, and they're going to want to give up on the puzzle. He's like, I'll do it. I'll solve the puzzle. They're going to want to give up, and they're not going to want to have any fun with the puzzle. Now, it's all happened to us before. I've had some trial and error with that too, where I didn't mean to. This one's going to be a little big because I cut it a little big, but that's okay. It's just for demonstration. If your hole is too big, like this one kind of is, your food or treats are gonna come out really fast. Now, however, if you have a dog that is very new to puzzles and maybe they haven't done something like this before, and this is, out of everything I've shared with you today, this is the only thing you have, maybe start with a slightly bigger hole just to give them more opportunity for success. That is the biggest thing with enrichment, with dog training, with anything related to our pets. You want to keep things positive, happy, and exciting to keep them wanting to do it, right? Because this is supposed to be fun. We're having fun with our dogs making puzzles. Like, that's just awesome. So once you have the lid cut, the hole cut in your lid, before you put it back on, you're going to go ahead and put your dog's food or treats in the container. And what I like to do from here, and this is technically optional, but like, if you know your dog, like, it's not optional. So I always recommend packing tape because it's just, it's just a little extra layer of security. You know what I mean? Because they're hitting it with their feet, they're booping it around. Diesel loves to solve puzzles with his face, meaning he loves to go like biting it and trying to open it. He's like, ha ha ha, I can do it. So what I recommend doing, if you want that layer of extra security, tape at least 1 to 2 little strips on the lid, making sure not to cover the hole because you don't want to, again, create something that's not entertaining for them or create something that's going to anger or annoy them. Going to keep or use this without covering the lid, and that gives you the extra security that this is all going to stay intact while they play with it. So I'm going to give this to Annie because, again, this is one of her all-time favorites, and then we'll go over everything we learned. There you go, Annie. Go get it. There you go, Annie. Good girl. So I hope you guys had a fantastic time trying out all these fun DIY enrichment ideas for your dogs. Make sure to head over to the playlist to get even more ideas. And if you're a multi-pet household like me, there's cat ideas there too. And I absolutely love sharing tons of cat enrichment ideas because I think cats are really underrated with how much enrichment they actually need. So check that out. Head over to my account to check out all of my enrichment ideas. I've got tons of stuff for dogs and cats. And if you're interested or curious about what color fill is, and say this is the first video you found, I also did a video on my channel explaining what color fill is, how their products work, because it's actually really cool and it's made for pet parents in mind in addition to just everyday people as well. It really helps the pet parents. So I hope you guys are having so much fun in this series. Definitely check it out. Go dive deep into enrichment. And of course, if you have any questions at all, tag me in any comments below, tag me in comments on my own channel. Let me know, and I'm so excited for you to have a awesome time with your pets. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.